I wanted to share a recipe with everyone, just for fun. So, it's like 80 degrees outside. I'm wearing a hat because I'm in the kitchen. My hair's been screwy lately. So, I had some ground beef. And I had a bunch of leftover vegetables and a bunch of brand new vegetables. So, I'm going to lower this. I'm going to move this over so you can actually see what it looks like. Alright. So, what I did was I had a pound of ground beef. And I bought some sugar snap peas and some, I can't think of the name of the beans. Snap beans and, let's see, I like the flat green beans with that. Really cool. And I bought some 2 red potatoes. That. 2 little red potatoes, they were on sale. And I had some frozen green beans like that in my freezer. And I had some frozen corn in my freezer. So I bought some sweet red peppers, sweet yellow peppers, sweet green, sweet yellow, orange, and red peppers. And I used a total of 2 of each. I used 1 onion. And I grabbed 2 Baby Bella big mushroom caps, and those are the brown ones, bulk, I grabbed those, and 2 white ones. And then I took a can of no salt, 14-ounce whole tomatoes, and I chopped it up really good. I'm still chopping. And I used no salt sauce. No, I'm sorry, wait a minute. The sauce, I used a 14-ounce can of sauce, and that had 420 milligrams to half a cup of sodium in it. I was trying to keep this low salt. That's my thing, low fat, low salt. So, but I've been doing a lot of research on really good, healthy eating, and when you get to the weight that you want to be at, how to maintain that weight. And you really do need fat, because what a lot of the non-fat and low-fat foods and low-sodium foods do is they add sugar to it, or there's hidden salt in it with some of their flavoring. So what I do is I make my own dash seasoning. I put paprika, one I put garlic in, one I don't. So I have like different ones. Like I have my own adobo seasoning, and I just make different seasonings up. Whatever you would see on a dash. If you got Mrs. Dash salt free, you would see thyme, sage, oregano, basil, rosemary, garlic, onion, parsley, lemon or lime, and they have different flavors now. They used to have just one. So I just make my own out of all my spices, and then, change it. Like I make an Indian spice, which is curry and turmeric and garam masala and those kind of things, and then I make a hot spice for my chili, which is chili pepper, cumin. I make a Spanish one, and I just keep those all together, and it's so much easier when you're trying to control your salt intake. And then when I do have to buy canned tomatoes, I buy the no salt. And I used 80-20, 1 pound of ground beef. I ground it up really good, and then I set it aside for about 5 minutes. In the meantime, I wiped out my pan, and I put 2 tablespoons of bacon bits that I got off the salad bar over at my grocery store. And they're the real bacon. I didn't want to buy bacon, but I wanted the flavor, a smoky flavor of bacon in there. So 2 tablespoons I put in. And I rendered all the fat from that, and then that's what I used to cook my vegetables. I put 2 diced up carrots, and you can see I kept everything really thick like a stew. chopped up 2½ carrots, chopped up 2½ celery stalks, 1 large onion, and I cooked all that in the little bit of bacon bits that was in there. And then to that I added my snap peas, and I can't think of the name of these things right now, but they're sugar snap peas and beans. The beans. They were green beans. These are the sugar snap peas. Can't think of the name of the other ones. They're right next to. They're always together. These. I'll list it. These are the ones. Flat beans. And I put those in with my peppers, and I just swirled them around really good, and then I threw my meat back in. And then to that, I had quartered up some of my potatoes, so I threw that back in. And I cooked that for a while and just let it really cook until it was translucent. And this light always makes everything look orange. You don't want that light on. Make everything look yellow or orange. Okay. And then I just used a can of regular 14.5 ounce tomato sauce and a can of whole, no salt tomatoes. I didn't use any beef broth, I didn't use any chicken broth, I didn't use any salt. I used whole parsley, basil, thyme, a little rosemary after I put my potatoes in, and then I added corn and I added my beans, and the corn sweetened it up really good. And this is kind of when your stew is ready, when you're using sauce, is what I found is that it'll turn orange. If it looks really too red, it's not done yet. So I've got mushrooms in there. I got a little bit of everything, and it really came out lovely. I'm gonna dish some up, and I'll put the recipe down. That's my share. Usually Monday is a meatless Monday, but honestly I have so many days that are meatless that it's nice to have a little meat something thrown in. But anyways, I read this article, I want to say this really quick, where the reason people don't maintain their weight loss is because they start eating a lot of diet foods, and they eat more of the diet food because it's diet. And if you check the grams of sugar in diet food, it's more, and the salt is always in there. I don't care, even if it says it's less 50% or whatever, go check out how much is in like a quarter of a cup or a couple of tablespoons. Sodium is hidden in everything. So and then some vegetables give off more sodium, like celery. So they're a good clean vegetable, but if you're watching your salt, it's usually salt weight gain that I think everybody has problems with more than anything, I think, unless they're eating like a bajillion calories every day, which I don't know anybody that is. So I make a really nice hearty stew, and I didn't have to put any flour in this. I didn't have to put any, because I have the potatoes in it. And I used up my, what the heck are these things called? Oh, I gotta go get my thing. These things. I got my sugar snaps and my, so, I didn't put any garlic in this. I just put a little, onion. I did use scallion. I used scallion and onion. And I used crushed red pepper flakes. And, I put a little bit of cinnamon and, what else? Just a ton of vegetables. I mean, like, a ton of vegetables are in there. Every vegetable you can think of is in there. Oh, I know what I did. A few days ago I made some scalloped potatoes with, a little bit of, like, a cream sauce and cheese in there. And so I didn't need any salt because I put the leftover cup of that in there too, and that really made the color pretty. And then And then I took 1/4 cup of my leftover French onion brown rice, or it's called stick of butter rice, but I didn't use canned soup in mine. I made French onion soup and poured it over my rice with a little butter, cooked it up, really good. So you just want to cook this, you just want to add your vegetables to your meat, and then put your tomato sauce in and your tomatoes, and then you do want to add enough water, like I used about 1 equal can, 14.5 ounce can of water, and I did go around and skim it to smithereens, even though there was no fat from the meat because I had already drained it. I had that little bit of bacon bits that I cooked down, so I skimmed it really good and brought it up to a really nice boil and just kept stirring it, and then left it on simmer, and it's been on simmer for about an hour and a half, so it's time for me to serve it up and eat something because I'm hungry now. I'm hungry. So I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to turn it off. It's 80 degrees out. Of course, I would decide to make stew on 80-degree day. Tomorrow I'm going to make chicken parmesan soup. So, take this stew, you get a little bit of juice, a little bit of the beans. That's it. So, there's my stew. And I'm going to put a little bit of cheese on that. Yeah, I am. Pop a little cheese on there. Because. I'm going to do a little bit of my shredded cheese that I shredded up. And that's enough salt for me. And that's done. Nice beef stew. That's my share for today. Yep. That's my share. It's a busy day. Busy day. The bathroom got dusted. I cleaned. I took the wrong bus somewhere and took the wrong bus back. And that's kind of how it goes lately. Damn public transportation. No, I don't mind taking the bus anywhere, but when the bus schedule doesn't come back the way it's, I can get anywhere on a bus. It's getting back. I always screw up. Why do I screw up? Like, once I get to the connection, I'm like, there's 3 of them coming in, all the same number. I end up getting on the wrong one all the time. I'm walking more than I wanted to. I'm going to taste this. I'm hungry. Yummy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh. So, this is what I do when it's 80 degrees out. I cook. And eat. No, I batch cook. I usually do vegetable stuff on Monday, but I had the ground beef. I thought I'm going to go for it. Shout out to Sunny Boy. I cooked. So, if you're in the neighborhood and you want to eat, it's to my son. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning, running around everywhere. This is like so good. I'll put the recipe down there, but with stew, you just throw whatever you have in the house in and make a nice hearty stew, and I cannot like it. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go eat my stew and take my garbage out and then go get some knitting done and go write a blog. You can find me at Worldwide Hippies. I'm going to be doing a couple of articles there every now and again under the name Flower Species. And I'll see you. Take care. Bye-bye. I'm going to share my political views too, which some people might not like, but I'm going to do it anyways because it's a free country so far. So good. Have a nice Monday. Bye. Yeah, I'm still eating.